From a Dallas suburb where his towering height made him the king of the living room court, to NBA stardom and 2 championship rings, Chris Bosh's journey is a testament to extraordinary talent and relentless determination. Chris Bosh was born on March 24, 1984 in Dallas, Texas, to Noel and Frida Bosh. And from the start, it seemed like he was destined to be taller than everyone else, literally. Growing up in Hutchins, a Dallas suburb, Bosh was a kid who could reach the top shelf when everyone else needed a ladder. He was always family-oriented, which meant plenty of impromptu basketball games with his younger brother, Joel. Though, given his height, it's safe to assume Bosh dominated the living room court. By the age of 4, Bosh was already dribbling a basketball in the gym where his dad played pickup games. It's safe to say he had a head start, even if his peers were still mastering the complexity of, say, walking. And being the tallest kid around meant he had a natural knack for grabbing rebounds. There wasn't much competition when everyone else was still at eye level with the basketball. But Bosh didn't even stick to basketball early on. He dabbled in karate and gymnastics. Yes, you read that right, the future 6'11" basketball star doing flips and kicks. And he played baseball up until high school, where he favored first base. Not exactly the typical basketball player's resume, but it sure makes you wonder if we missed out on a towering gymnast. His parents were his biggest influence, helping shape him into the person he became. Bosh also idolized NBA superstar Kevin Garnett, modeling his game after the towering forward. Academically, Bosh wasn't just shooting for three-pointers, he was hitting the books hard too. He excelled in school, joining the National Honor Society and a few student engineering organizations because why not add a little brainpower to the mix? When it came to high school basketball, Bosh wasn't just good, he was really good. He led Lincoln High School in Dallas to a perfect 40-0 season and a USA Today national championship, proving that perfect wasn't just a word, but a lifestyle. Along the way, he picked up just about every award imaginable: High School Player of the Year, Powerade Player of the Year in Texas, First Team All-American by everyone who could give out that title. Chris Bosh, ever the overachiever, decided to follow in the footsteps of his cousin and aunt by attending Georgia Tech, where he initially aimed to study graphic design and computer imaging. Eventually, he added management to his academic plate, because why not major in one thing when you can juggle a few more? On the court, Bosh was nothing short of sensational. He led the Yellow Jackets, averaging 15.6 points, 9 rebounds, and 2.2 blocks in 31 games. Not only that, but he led the entire Atlantic Coast Conference in field goal percentage, shooting a jaw-dropping 56%. He joined Anton Jamison as one of the only 2 freshmen to ever pull off that feat, which is basically like finding out you're one of the 2 people in history who can bake the perfect souffle on the first try. While Bosh initially planned to complete his degree, his outstanding performances on the court during the 2002-03 season convinced him that the NBA was calling. And who could resist that call? By the end of his freshman year, he packed up his textbooks and headed for the 2003 NBA draft. Chris Bosh's rookie year in the NBA was like being thrown into the deep end of the pool, except in his case, the pool was full of towering, muscle-bound centers and there was no lifeguard on duty. Drafted 4th overall by the Toronto Raptors in 2003, Bosh entered the league alongside future legends like LeBron James, Carmelo Anthony, and Dwayne Wade. Talk about joining an elite club right out of the gate. Despite the hype around the draft class, Bosh's journey wasn't exactly smooth sailing. Toronto needed a veteran scorer, and many teams eyed Bosh as prime trade bait. Even Raptors star Vince Carter was itching for a trade, but general manager Glenn Grunwald wasn't having any of it. He knew he had something special in Bosh, and he wasn't about to let him go. In his rookie season, Bosh found himself playing out of his position as the Raptors' starting center after Antonio Davis was shipped off to Chicago. Picture this: a lanky teenager with a slim frame going head-to-head with some of the league's most formidable big men. It's like throwing a pencil into a lumberjack competition. But Bosh guided by mentor Michael Curry, wasn't one to back down. His coach praised his heart and willingness to play through the pain, though it's safe to say a few extra pounds of muscle wouldn't have hurt either. Despite the challenges, Bosh's rookie year was impressive. He averaged 11.5 points, 7.4 rebounds, and 1.4 blocks per game, leading all rookies in rebounds and blocks. He even set a franchise record for most rebounds by a rookie with 557, a stat that surely made him the most popular guy in team meetings. His effort earned him a spot on the NBA All-Rookie First Team. When Vince Carter left the Raptors in December 2004, Bosh was handed the keys to the kingdom, becoming the new face of the franchise. And boy, did he step up. In the games following Carter's departure, Bosh upped his stats across the board, averaging 18.4 points and 9.5 rebounds per game. His performance even earned him his first NBA Eastern Conference Player of the Week award in January 2005, a nice little addition to his growing trophy shelf. As the 2004-05 season wrapped up, analysts were already predicting that Bosh was destined for All-Star status. And they weren't wrong. He finished the season as Toronto's leading scorer and rebounder, a feat he managed on 21 and 46 occasions respectively. The Raptors recognized his leadership potential and named him a team captain ahead of the 2005-06 season. Bosh didn't disappoint. He kept racking up double-doubles and led the team in scoring, rebounding, and field goal percentage through the first half of the season. His hard work paid off when he was selected to play in the 2006 NBA All-Star Game, becoming only the third Raptor to earn that honor. However, a season-ending injury in March 2006 revealed just how crucial Bosh had become to the Raptors. The team spiraled into a 1-10 skid without him, underscoring his role as the cornerstone of the franchise. Bosh finished the 2005-06 season with an impressive average of 22.5 points, 9.2 rebounds, and 2.6 assists per game. Though the Raptors didn't have the best season overall, one thing was clear: Chris Bosh was well on his way to becoming a star. Despite a whirlwind of changes in the Raptors offseason, complete with the departure of his good friend Mike James and Charles Villanueva, Chris Bosh wasn't ready to abandon ship. On July 14, 2006, Bosh officially signed a 3-year contract extension with the player option for a 4th year. The deal was worth a cool $65 million over 4 years, but Bosh wasn't just in it for the money. At the press conference, he expressed optimism about the team's future, saying, "I think the future is very positive for the franchise. Change was needed. We have a lot of guys who just want to win, and we're willing to work hard." As if that wasn't enough goodwill for one day, Bosh also announced a $1 million donation to Toronto's Community Legacy program, because why not seal the deal with a little philanthropy? The 2006-07 season didn't start off as planned, with the Raptors stumbling out of the gate. But with Bosh's leadership, they turned things around and found themselves above the 500 mark. As the All-Star break loomed, Bosh's outstanding play didn't go unnoticed. On January 25, 2007, he was named an All-Star starter for the Eastern Conference, earning the second highest number of votes among forwards. It was Bosh's first time as an All-Star starter, and his second overall appearance made even more impressive by the averages of 22 points and 11 rebounds during the first half of the season. Then came January 31st, 2007, when Bosh pulled off one of those "did that just happen" moments, sinking a 65-foot buzzer beater against the Washington Wizards to end the third quarter. The man was on fire, going 15 of 15 after missing his first 4 shots. This hot streak continued, earning him Eastern Conference Player of the Month for January 2007, where he averaged 25.4 points and 9.4 rebounds while leading the Raptors to a 10-5 record. Bosh's career hit another high on February 7, 2007, when he scored a career-high 41 points, prompting the home crowd to chant MVP, a first for the Air Canada Centre. Just 2 days later, he dropped 29 points and grabbed 11 rebounds against the Los Angeles Lakers, going a perfect 10 of 10 in the second half. By March 28, 2007, Bosh has cemented his place in Raptor history, becoming the franchise record holder for double-doubles. His leadership didn't just earn him personal accolades, it also propelled the Raptors to their first playoff appearance in 5 years. The team clinched their first ever division title and finished the regular season with a 47-35 record, including a franchise-best 30-11 home record. Entering the playoff as the third seed, the Raptors faced off against the New Jersey Nets, which meant Vince Carter was back in Toronto. Cue the drama. Despite their efforts, the Raptors' inexperience showed, and they eventually lost the series to the Nets. Bosh, however, did everything he could, averaging 22.6 points and 10.7 rebounds per game for the regular season, both career highs, and the 17.5 points and 9 rebounds per game in the playoffs. His stellar performance earned him a spot on the All-NBA second team at the end of the 2006-07 season. All in all, it was a season full of highs, lows, and everything in between for Chris Bosh, but one thing was clear: the Raptors had found their leader. Before the 2007-08 season, the Toronto Raptors made some moves to strengthen their roster, hoping to pair Andrea Bargnani and Chris Bosh in the front court and add Jason Kapono's three-point shooting. But things didn't go as planned. Bosh started the season slowly, but he picked up the pace and earned an All-Star nod. Despite missing 15 games, the Raptors finished 41-41 and made the playoffs, only to be knocked out by the Orlando Magic in the first round. Dwight Howard dominated, even though Bosh had a standout game with 39 points and 15 rebounds. To give Bosh more support, the Raptors traded for Jermaine O'Neal before the 2008-09 season. Bosh, fresh off an Olympic gold medal, started strong and became Toronto's all-time leader in offensive rebounds. But despite Bosh and O'Neal's efforts, the team struggled. A mid-season coaching change and a trade for Sean Marion didn't help, and the Raptors missed the playoffs. Bosh had a career year, but he didn't commit to a contract extension. Heading into the 2009-10 season, Bosh bulked up, and the Raptors were busy in the offseason, trying to build a competitive team. Bosh had a hot start, breaking Vince Carter's franchise scoring record and leading the league in double-doubles. But after the All-Star break, injuries and losing streaks hit hard. The Raptors missed the playoffs by just one game, and Bosh's future with the team became uncertain as he declined to sign an extension, leaving everyone wondering what was next. After the 2009-10 season, speculation was rampant about where big-name free agents like LeBron James, Dwayne Wade, and Chris Bosh would end up. Bosh kept fans in the loop through Twitter and even had a documentary crew following his meetings with teams. On July 10, 2010, Bosh signed a 6-year, $110 million contract with the Miami Heat in a sign-and-trade deal that sent 2 first-round picks to Toronto. Joining forces with LeBron and Wade, Bosh became part of the NBA's first player-created super team. In his farewell message to Toronto, Bosh expressed how tough the decision was, thanking the city for its support. He left as the Raptors' all-time leader in most major stats and one of only 3 players in the league with over 10,000 points, 4,500 rebounds, and 600 blocks during his 7 seasons with the team. Despite high expectations, the Heat started the season at 9-8, but quickly turned things around with a 21-1 run. They finished with 58 wins and made their way through the playoffs, beating Philadelphia, Boston, and then Chicago in the conference finals, where Bosh was crucial, averaging 23.2 points per game. In the NBA Finals against the Dallas Mavericks, Bosh struggled early, but hit the game winner in Game 3. However, Miami lost the next 3 games, and Dallas took the championship. Bosh was visibly emotional after the defeat, showing just how much the loss meant to him. On January 5, 2012, Chris Bosh led the Miami Heat to a thrilling 116-109 triple overtime win against the Atlanta Hawks. With just 0.6 seconds left in the fourth quarter, Bosh nailed a clutch three-pointer to send the game into overtime. He He finished with 33 points, 14 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 steals, and 2 blocks. By season's end, the Heat had fully embraced the small ball strategy with Bosh playing at center. In the playoffs, Bosh averaged 14 points and 7.8 rebounds per game. However, in Game 1 of the conference semifinals against the Indiana Pacers, he suffered a lower abdominal strain, forcing him to miss the rest of that series and the first 4 games of the Eastern Conference Finals against the Boston Celtics. Bosh returned just in time to help the Heat in Game 5, and despite Boston pushing the series to 7 games, Miami advanced to the NBA Finals, where they faced the Oklahoma City Thunder. Bosh was pivotal, scoring 19 points in Game 7 of the conference finals and helping Miami win the championship in 5 games against the Thunder, securing his first NBA title. Bosh continued as the Heat's starting center for the 2012-13 season. He was selected as an all-star starter, replacing the injured Rajon Rondo. The Heat finished with the best record in the league and cruising through the playoffs, eventually facing the San Antonio Spurs in the NBA Finals. After falling behind 2-1 in the series, Bosh delivered 20 points and 13 rebounds in the crucial Game 4 win. In a dramatic Game 6, Bosh grabbed a key offensive rebound and assisted Ray Allen's game-tying three-pointer, sending the game into overtime. Bosh then blocked Danny Green's three-point attempt to secure the win. Although he was held scoreless in Game 7, the Heat won the game and clinched the second consecutive NBA championship. After the 2013-14 season, things didn't go as planned for Chris Bosh and the Miami Heat. Despite playing 79 games and hitting a career-high 74 three-pointers, they lost to the San Antonio Spurs in the NBA Finals in 5 games. In the following years, Bosh faced some ups and downs. He resigned with the Heat on a big 5-year, $118 million deal after LeBron James left for Cleveland. Bosh started strong, but was sidelined by a blood clot in his lungs, which cut his 2014-15 season short. He returned in 2015 and had some impressive games, but another blood clot problem forced him to miss more games and eventually the playoffs. Bosh was optimistic about coming back for the 2016-17 season, but his ongoing health issues put an end to that. By June 2017, the NBA declared his condition career-ending. The Heat waived him, and in 2019, Bosh officially announced his retirement. The Heat honored him by retiring his number 1 jersey on March 26, 2019. In 2021, Chris Bosh got his ticket punched to the Basketball Hall of Fame. Talk about shooting hoops straight into history. But wait, there's more to Bosh than just killer moves on the court. He's all about promoting sports and education. So much so that he set up the Chris Bosh Foundation. This guy's not just dunking. He's dunking with a purpose. He's out there telling kids in Dallas and Toronto about the wonders of reading. Because who knew books and basketball go together like peanut butter and jelly? And that's a wrap. If you're as inspired by Chris Bosh's journey from the court to the Hall of Fame as we are, hit that like button and share the love. And hey, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and for more stories about athletes making a difference, both on and off the court.